too.
Hello. My name is Biniam. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Before we get too far in, Matt, I just wanted you to know I do something unusual in my Uber where I sing opera to my riders. I'm kidding, I don't do such thing. You're like, pause, just wait and see where this goes. No, but I do a live stream, so just don't share anything that's personal that you don't want going out on the internet at all. Yeah. Are you just finishing work?
What was that?
Are you just finishing work?
Yeah.
Ah. Well, welcome to it. That's a senior's home there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. When I was young, I was taught that seniors could do no wrong. And like, so I kind of saw them as just like, I don't know, one day I'll be there, but they have life figured out, right? And then in my 20s, I worked at a senior's home, like in sort of like the renovation department for the complex there.
Yeah.
And it kind of opened my eyes, and I was like, oh, seniors are quite like, they can have shenanigans going on. I had no idea. So it blew apart my perception that I'd grown up with, that, you know, they could do no wrong. And then, you know, watching them just going through life, doing their own thing, but also figuring stuff out. It gave me a totally new perspective. Yeah. When you start work, is it dark as well?
No, it's the middle of the day.
Oh, is it? Okay, good. So at least you get some sunshine today.
Yeah.
I was thinking of those who like maybe start at 7 and finish around now or whatever, and all they see is like dark and dark. Oh, that would be tough, wouldn't it? Matt, have you always lived here in Calgary?
Yes, born.
Oh, nice. You're one of those, eh?
Yeah.
One of them. Do you feel like a rare breed here? Because, like, I don't meet many people who are born here, born and raised.
Kinda. I don't know. I run into a lot of people that are born here, but
Oh, okay.
also like maybe a lot of people isn't actually a lot of people.
Gotcha.
Because there are a lot of people in this city.
Yeah. Have you ever had the inclination to move away after growing up here all your life? Like to another part of Canada or
I don't think I know anyone from my since when
Since
I was
you graduated.
in school. I don't think I've ran into anyone.
Really? That's
So-
crazy.
All the elementary, all of them, I've never seen a single soul.
Wow, that's
They
crazy.
probably left the city,
Okay.
or I just don't recognize them anymore.
And your school didn't do like 10-year reunions, I'm guessing?
No,
Okay.
not that I know.
Yeah.
red light camera is 500 meters. Speed limit is 70 kilometers per hour. Speed and red light camera in 300 meters. Speed limit is 70 kilometers per hour.
are.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You as well.
Thank you. There's so many Christmas lights in this area. It's so beautiful. Let's see if I can show you some here. I can turn around. They're gorgeous. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful time to be out for sure. Okay, let me give you a view here. There's nothing at the moment, just hang on. You'll see them in a second. Alright, get ready to feast your eyes. Aren't those beautiful? Well done. There's some more around the corner too, I think, here. Or was it down a little further? Maybe it's a little down a little further for the Christmas lights. Such a beautiful setting though. I've come across some beautiful neighborhoods that were done well. Yeah, they totally did, Danny, didn't they? And hi, by the way. Ah, yes, here's some more coming up here. These are nice. It'd be fun if I took you guys for a dates. That'd be a lot of fun. But I don't think I have time to. Not this year, at least. Anyway, friends, let me touch base with you in my last half hour when I'm driving here. I have 1.5 hour left. Actually, I'm going to start on my way back home, so I might not get a trip. Most likely I will get a trip, actually, now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure I'll likely get a trip back. But let me touch base in with you guys and stop reading comments and focus on the road. Ghoul, I appreciate that you care for my safety, but this is where I would trust me instead of you to let me know what to do. I'm pretty proficient at what I do. I'm pretty good at what I do. I've done this for a long time, so I'm gonna let you figure out whatever you need to figure out. But as far as kind of controlling other people's actions, I'll let you, maybe I'll invite you to focus on your own and tend to yourself, because the way you come across isn't really gracious, and it's kind of tends to want to control other people's actions, and it doesn't have any resonance with me. So any more input from you that way, I'll show you the door personally, because yeah, we don't facilitate that kind of energy here. Where I'm at, it's been foggy the last 2 days. It is the same other over here. It was foggy the last week, I would say. The last week here, it was foggy. So, yeah. But we are experiencing our nice weather now, which is really lovely. Yeah. Ghoul, I'm just gonna get rid of you in the chat because you're not our jam here. You are coming in with an energy that just doesn't fit, and I'll invite you. Actually, I'll do more than invite you. I will show you the door. I'll show you the door decisively because you're not my jam, which is fine because I'll let you find wherever your jam is and lessen your suffering, because over here I'm intentionally gonna keep this space in the zone that I really appreciate. I love the life that I live and the way I live it. But yeah, I don't resonate at all with those who want to control other people's actions and don't stand their own lane. So you can go find someone else who will give you some attention. But over here, we don't have the time of day for your contributions. So good riddance. I like that there's a way of saying good riddance in a cordial way, in a way that says, you know my jam, there's the door. Yeah. Random criticism from strangers is always fun, isn't it, Danny? Isn't it? Matt, I'm also going to show you the door as well too. There you are. Again, when people come into the live stream and they think that they can affect someone else's mood with their words, it really is fascinating. It really is fascinating because it's kind of like, wow, like you really missed the point, you know? You really missed the point in the opportunity to make it work, right? So, yeah. There's far better ways of being able to extend influence, and that's not one of them. So, yeah. Joshua, I'm currently driving to pick up another rider. I think this will be my last ride of the day here, and then we're gonna call it a day. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for the last ride of the day. Last ride of the day, there's a certain energy to it. It's like, all right, we're on the downswing. It's not that I'm exhausted at all. I'm not exhausted. I'm just reflecting on all the experiences we got to have together in the midst of our time. And the experiences are so diverse, aren't they? Like, so diverse. We had great conversations. Uber confessions. That's one way of saying it. But confessions isn't the most compelling way, I think, to sell that to the people I'm riding with, because they might feel a great sense of burden having to confess. It's fun, but it might have an intimidating feel, I feel. But it's clever. I do like that. You know what I'm super grateful, you guys? Like, in this moment, I'm so grateful for access to my voice, which I feel has so much power, you know? I feel like I'm in that space where I can stand in front of the world and say, this is me, meet me on my terms, and expect that it will be so. It's such a pleasure. Hey Ty, good to see you. Words are powerful. Agree, Joshua. Yes. Words are so powerful, I believe, that the words that we believe, strung together in a certain sequence, create stories. And the stories that we really believe in compel the actions and the ways that we engage in the world. And it's just a matter of trying to figure out what story are we listening to. Many of us may not even realize we're listening to a certain narrative that dictates the way we respond and engage in this world. But no, it really does have power, like words. And that's why I like thinking carefully about the words I use and choose to use, and the things that stay in my mind, like the stories that I concoct in my mind about the way I understand the world. History. That's clever. I've seen that before. I like that, Joshua. We're just a couple minutes away from this ride here. Children, they can't comprehend, but I guess they can feel the frequency from the words and it affects them. Great point. Yeah, think I believe that too, Danny. I think that's probably why when I connect with the people I get to connect with, they feel the words too, right? There's a certain frequency. Actually, there's a certain gentleness I know in the way that I speak and engage that others find really soothing, compelling, and even genuine is I guess how I've heard them say it. Have you done a good deed today? I've done many good deeds, Lux Tech. Many good deeds. All of life is held together by sound alone, says Joshua. Fascinating. I'd love to hear more about that perspective. But I don't have time to talk with over just being seconds away from my ride here. Good to hear. Thank you. No, it's been a great day today, Lux. Check out the many live stream recordings I've left behind because they will give evidence to the many that I've been able to connect with. Before you turn on the app, do you go to a hotspot or a place where you get more calls from a customer? No, I just turn it on wherever I am, and then I drive on the way there and catch whatever is available that way. Yeah, so I just kind of go with the flow wherever it leads me. I rarely drive to the place first, in essence. All right, let's go find my rider here. Somewhere here. I think that might be them there. I think. Okay, I'll be right back, friends. Hang tight. It looks like it's a school play, so there might be kids involved, but I'll try to have them off camera. Just waiting for my ride. I don't know, there's a lot of parents around. Just back up the way here. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go look for my rider here.
It's okay.
I'll step aside. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Make yourselves comfortable. All right, so Maria, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
These are your kids, I'm guessing?
Sorry?
These are your kids,
Yes.
and you're the youngest?
The oldest.
I was teasing. What's your name? Amelia? I like the name. And what's your name? Aiden? Adrian. Nice to meet you, Adrian. I'm Binyam. And then your little brother who is not shy at all.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Julian.
Julian. I like your names. They're pretty awesome. Amelia. Did you forget my name already? I'm not telling you it's Binyam. If you remember a bin full of yams, you'll get to Binyam pretty quickly. Alright guys, just a quick heads up. In my Uber we do something a little unusual. So I just want you guys to be aware. I have a live stream going on. So don't talk about personal stuff that you don't want going on the internet. Does that make sense? Yeah. So don't tell me like about your bank account number and how much money you have in it.
Sure.
And don't tell me about what else should you not tell me? Oh yeah, if you have any secret treasure that you buried in the background, your mom's in the room, so you probably don't want to talk about that. Adrian, can I guess how old you are?
7.
You're 7, okay. So that makes your sister, let me see if I can guess how, you're in the double digits, I bet you, right? No. I'm gonna guess you're 10. 10? I was about to say 11. I was like, oh, should I say it? 10 years old. Okay. What's it like being 10? I'll tell you, when I was 10 once upon a time, I loved it. Do you know why? Because it's such an even number. And for the first time, you're in the double digits. Because all your life, you've been in the single digits, right? I mean, your younger brothers are in the single digits. But tell me now, what's it like being the eldest? Is it stressful? Is it a lot of fun? Do you get to be bossy? Or
This is stressful.
What? Stressful?
Yeah.
And tell me, like, what makes it stressful? Is it because they listen really well and you're like, you guys listen way too well?
Because my brothers are
Oh, they ignore you. But they don't do it on purpose, do they?
yes.
They do it on purpose? So it's not because they're just boys and boys aren't just, okay. Adrian, is this true? He's like, I don't know what to say.
Yes. I'm a good fan.
Uh,
Not making surprise.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember 10 years old very well because at 10, I felt two things. One, I was like, this is a beautiful number because it's an even number, right? But then I also felt like I had to be grown up all of a sudden because I'm like, oh no, I have to be mature. Do you feel the same? No? Good, because you don't have to. I definitely felt it, and yeah, it wasn't a good thing. Look at the lights in the house in front of us. Do you see it? The red things? Those are really cool, eh? Alright, can I guess which country you guys are from? Alright, I'm gonna guess. My first guess? China. That was close, right? No, not even close. Okay. Alright, serious guess? Let me think
You'll
here.
never guess.
I'll never guess.
Yeah.
Ooh. Alright, give me a hint. What letter does it start with? I?
Oh.
Let me think here. I. Ooh, no. I'm trying to get the name Iraq out of my mind because I know that's not the right one.
No.
No. I. Countries that start with I. My goodness. No. Not Iran either.
And red light camera in 300 meters. Speed
It's in
limit
Europe,
is
right?
60 kilometers per hour.
In Europe?
Yeah.
Not so much.
Okay.
I can give you a clue, but
Please.
if I give you a clue, you.
I'll guess it. If I don't
you
guess,
guess it immediately.
and if I don't, then I'll look really bad. Alright, give me one more clue.
Okay, it's close to previous country. What you said, it's very close.
Okay. So it's close to Iraq.
Yes, close to Iran.
Close to Iran. Okay. Istanbul.
No.
That was a good guess, though, wasn't it? That was a very good guess. Okay.
I told you never guess.
I know. Now this is looking terrible.
Israel.
Oh, the obvious one. Oh,
Close to.
so close. Oh my goodness. There it is. All right. Do you guys want to guess where I'm from?
Yes, sure.
If you, yeah. Let's start off with the continent. Do you know what the difference is between a continent and a country? The continent is like the big, like large landmass, and the countries are all the ones inside. So, like for example, in Canada, our country is Canada, but the continent is North America. Does that make sense? So North America has Canada, and which other country? The one just below us is.
USA.
You got it, yeah. And then South America has a whole bunch of countries like Chile and Nicaragua and so on. But so now my country. Let's start off with the continent. What's the big one that you know? I'll list them for you. There's Asia. There is Europe. There is North America, South America, Africa. I think that's everything there, yeah. So which of all those do you think mine is? Which continent? Is it Africa? Is it Asia? Is it Europe? Asia? Not Asia. Asia includes like China, and Japan, and so on. Africa, you got it. Okay. The country that I grew up in is called the country I grew up in is called I just realized I should have gone that way. I missed my turn. I'll turn around this way here. So my country is Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Yep. That's where I was born.
In Israel, there is a lot of from Ethiopia.
I
A lot of Jews from
know.
Ethiopia.
Yeah. There is quite a few there, isn't there? And then in addition to the Jews in Ethiopia, I guess they're called the diaspora there, right? Diaspora?
Yes, that's
Diaspora, right. And see, I've never actually been to Israel, but I've learned the Hebrew language.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most challenging languages I've ever learned. It's
Writing,
so
reading, yeah.
Oh my goodness. And we also had to learn all the diacritical marks, like the jots and the tills. Oh my goodness. It was so impossible. It was just like, this is like so hard. So I started learning Hebrew, and then my instructor said, Binyam, why are you learning Hebrew? You should be learning Greek first, which is easier. So I found Greek easier. But did you know that the Hebrew language is in the same family of languages as my language?
Yeah.
And yet they're nowhere the same. Like my language from Ethiopia, Amharic, so different. Like Hebrew, you read backwards. You read Hebrew. I bet you would have been great to have in my class for Hebrew because I was not very good at it. I was not good at it.
Speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour.
So how long were you in
Speed and
Canada?
red light camera is
When I
300
moved to
meters.
Canada, I was 8
Speed limit
years
is
old.
80 kilometers per
Very
hour.
young. I was very young, yeah. So I basically grew up here, I guess.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been here for?
6 months.
6 months. Whoa, you're so new.
Yeah.
Oh
totally
my
fresh.
goodness. And how has the experience been coming here to a new culture? Hard? Tell me about your experience. I'd love to hear it because I'll tell you mine too. What makes it hard for you? Back home. You mean back in Israel, you lot? Yeah. I understand. Yeah, that's not easy. The part that made it hard for me was here, I didn't understand the culture. I didn't understand the way the humor was. I didn't understand like just the way to make friends. And so for the first 2-3 years, I didn't really have any friends, which was really hard.
Yeah.
Have you found friends? It's kind of okay. What's the weirdest thing you've noticed here about this culture? Do they do anything that's different from like Israel?
Yes.
Like what?
In Israel,
Yeah.
people are Jews.
Yes. And here there aren't as many, right? Gotcha. When you guys moved here, was it your first time on an airplane? Oh, you've been on airplanes before. Do you guys like flying?
Yes.
Yeah. And your brothers as well?
Yes.
Cool. I love flying too. Love flying. The best part about flying for me is when the airplane is about to take off into the air. I try to make myself really heavy in the seat and I try to keep it on the ground. It hasn't worked yet, but one day I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying.
And how is the winter there? Are you used to it? After Ethiopia. You forget how it's in Ethiopia.
Well, when I was only born in Ethiopia, Maria, but I grew up in Kenya.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's where I grew up, and that's where my memories are. And still, I remember looking at postcards of life in North America, and I saw these kids playing in the snow in the playground, and I didn't understand. I'm like, this doesn't make
How
sense.
can we,
I know. So was this your guys' first time seeing snow?
The children, yes.
Okay. But not for you.
Yeah, for me first. snow. I'm from Ukraine originally, so I know what is the snow.
I see.
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak, Maria?
Russia,
Yeah,
Ukrainian,
yeah.
Hebrew,
Yeah.
English.
Is that all? That's a lot. I could definitely recognize the Russian accent for sure, the Russian Ukrainian accent, yeah. How did you end up in Israel then?
Sorry?
How did you end up in Israel from Ukraine?
I met my husband.
I see, and he's from Israel.
Yeah,
I see. And then you went to Israel with him,
yeah.
and you had to learn a whole new language and culture.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I lived over there like 13 years.
Yeah.
Now we are moved to Canada.
And starting again.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not easy at all.
I believe you. It's
Yeah.
not easy indeed.
No, it's a difficult situation because it's war over there, never ending,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So stressful for children, for the future.
Yeah.
And the boys, also the girls should serve, it's
Yeah.
the worst part.
Wow.
Yeah.
Women as well?
Of course. Yeah. So it was I think the main point of this to
Yeah. And
run away.
was it difficult getting away?
Yes.
It was.
Mentally.
Okay.
physically. I
often think about how it is like starting from the very beginning when you come here, like with nothing, right?
Yeah.
You started with nothing here, and it's not easy to build your life again.
Yeah, of course.
But in spite of the challenge, because it is challenging, I'm still very thankful that there is a place that we can at least start again, difficult as it is. I'm glad you came to Calgary. Why did you choose Calgary out of all of Canada?
I know we want to come to Calgary earlier,
Yes.
we was dreaming, to live near the mountains.
Yeah. So you knew about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
We'll see.
I understand. Adrian? What's your name again? I've forgotten already. Can you tell me your name again, Adrian? I'm trying to remember. It's just on the tip of my tongue. I almost have... He's probably wondering what kind of driver in the car with, right? So, I was going to tell you, Amelia, I am like you. I'm the oldest of all my brothers and sisters, too. Guess how many kids are in my family? 7 kids? Close, but no. 6, yeah. Yeah. Now, how many years are there between you and your youngest brother? 3 years. 3? Okay, so that's between you and Adrian, right? And then how about you and the younger one? 7. So he's 3 years old now. Okay. 7 years. So that's a lot of years between you and him. Take a guess how many years are between me and my youngest sister? 6 years. Good guess. But no. 10. Oh my, that big number? No. 4? Shall I tell you? What do you think, Mom? How many years do you think?
6.
6 years? So she guessed 6 and I said nope. Yeah, she said 6.
9.
Not
8.
no. Shall I tell you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, what is 11 times 2? 22 years old. Isn't that crazy? I know. And this year, she is exactly half my age. So guess how old she is this year?
20.
20? She's not 20. But close.
15.
Nope, you're getting further away.
30.
What is 11 times 2? She's 22 years old. So now, can you guess how old I am? How old am I? If she is half my age, how old am I? 44. Nicely done, sister. Nice work. 44. Is that crazy though? That's a lot of years difference. So when I moved to Canada, it was me and my 2 brothers. They're closer to me in age. I was terrible to them. I was not a great brother. Yeah. But then when I was a teenager, my mom and dad had like my younger siblings all the way until, when I was 22 years old. So the 3 younger ones came along then. And because I'd been such a terrible brother, I said, this is my chance to try again. And so I feel like I did better with these ones. And now they're grown up and I got to see them growing up, which is amazing. So cool. Your story must be very unique, Maria, because you left your family when you migrated to Israel.
Yeah.
And found a new family there. Yeah.
And now moving to another continent.
Another world, right? Absolutely.
End of the world.
I hear
End
you.
of nowhere.
It seems like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit, yes.
Yeah. 6 months, it's still, yeah.
It's still nothing.
Yeah.
Do you like Calgary?
I love Calgary. So when my family moved here,
So they were from the beginning, you lived there, yeah?
no, not in Calgary, we moved to BC.
No.
So that's where I grew up, in BC. Yeah. And then I moved here to Calgary maybe about 15 years ago to finish my studies. And then after that, I went to Saskatchewan for a few years and worked there.
Pretty cold there, no?
It is very cold there, yes. I was in the north part, which is very beautiful. So that was quite lovely. And then I moved back here 5 years ago again, because I like Calgary.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Calgary. Did you see like the sunset tonight?
Yes.
Wasn't that
The sky
amazing?
is so amazing.
Oh,
Sunrise,
I
sunset,
know. I
It's
agree.
painting, you know.
Oh, I know. Did you see the moon?
Yes.
Oh, it was like a little sliver, right? So gorgeous, right?
So gorgeous.
I know.
Every evening, every morning, something different, you know.
Yeah.
Something changes.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. And
Also,
then-
the nature, it's amazing. It's
Yeah. And I also like how the mountains are on the horizon. So cool, right? Yeah, it's really, really neat. Grade 5 this year. Favorite subjects? Math? I could tell. Because you got my age very quickly. I was not good at math. Or sciences. Do you know what you want to be when you grow up? Or are you still trying to figure that out? Yeah, fair. You know, being the eldest isn't easy. I know that because I was the eldest too. The biggest thing, though, you have the opportunity to do is grow in patience. Do you know what patience is? So patience is when you're able to put up with your brothers being like annoying. When you're able to do you want to hear a secret? So if you have patience, that's the ability to like not get upset when they try to get you upset. When they're trying to get you upset and you are able to like say, this is not bothering me, then they're like, oh man, we gotta try more. And then they'll try more, but then you show them even more patience, saying it's not working, and then eventually they give up. That's pretty cool. I didn't do that very well when I was a kid, but if you're able to do that, Yeah. It's easier said than done, though. Yeah. Easier said than done.
What is the most cold temperature there?
Here? Oh, do you want to hear?
Yes, we should prepare ourselves.
Yes, you should. You should. Okay. So, I imagine that one day maybe I can have a conference with all 4 seasons. I will call them to the table. I'll sit around the table with them, and then we'll have an intervention for winter. And I'll speak to winter and I'll say, Winter, you're far too greedy. You take up far too much time in the calendar year. You need to share enough time for
Spring
spring
a little bit,
and
yeah.
fall, because they also want some representation. And so that's what I would say to winter. But to answer your question, the worst the winter will bring, so you experienced how cold it was. That's about the normal. Minus 17 to minus 20 is the normal. And it seems very too cold.
Yeah.
But it seems even worse when the wind is blowing. When the wind is blowing, oh my goodness.
Feeling like 40, yeah.
They'll call it a wind chill factor, so it means they'll feel even colder, right? But in the middle of winter, there's maybe 1 or 2 weeks when it'll even go colder to minus 30 and maybe minus 40, maybe. In which case, school will be closed because buses won't even run. Yeah, people try not to even go out in that kind of weather. But it's only about 2 weeks maximum, yeah.
So,
The rest,
too bad.
not too bad. Minus 20 is the normal. And you get used to it over the course of the winter. I know. You know what you can do? Dress in layers.
Yeah.
Layers are really helpful for sure.
A lot of layers.
Yeah. If you're
Merino wool. Yeah.
if you're not dressed for the weather, it's a lot more miserable
Yes.
for sure, right? And you've of course heard how to be careful about the cold so you don't get frostbite, because that's painful.
Yeah.
One time, let me tell you, I went out into minus 30 to some work, delivering papers, and I thought, oh, it's not bad. At some point, my ears started hurting very badly. I went to feel it, and they were frozen solid.
Why?
I didn't have anything covering them. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went to the doctor. It hurt so badly. And then as it started to warm up again, it started to swell. And eventually my ears were like this big, swollen. And I could flap them like a Dumbo the elephant. It was the funniest thing.
Here you should wear a hat
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah, especially.
Capuchon.
So the doctor told me, if you ever get frostbite on your ears again, he said, we have to cut your ears off. So ever since then, I've been very careful. Very careful. But yeah, you don't. And also something else, don't ever, some of your friends might think it's funny, and they'll tell you, stick your tongue on a cold
Yeah,
metal.
yeah, we already told them. Yeah, that's
Don't do
craziest
that.
thing can be, yeah.
Exactly. And of course, I learned this from a movie called Elf. It's like a Christmas movie. Don't eat yellow snow.
Yes. You know
'Cause-
why?
Because dogs go and pee in the snow,
Yes, snow is
and you don't want to eat that. It's gross. Eating snow can
better
seem
to
fun.
eat white snow. Yeah.
Yes, but even when you eat the white snow, don't eat the top of the snow, because that's where all the dust goes. Push the top layer aside, and then you can eat the bottom part, which is underneath, right? Yeah.
Good tips. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Some lessons I've learned along the way.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I've never eaten yellow snow. Ugh. What's your teacher's name, Amelia?
Mrs. Walchuk.
Cool. And what do you like most about yourself?
My eyes.
They're beautiful eyes. I like your eyes as well. They're very beautiful. Now, what do you like about yourself, about your personality or your character? What do you think you're the best at there?
Music.
Music. Cool. Now, music is a skill. What? You play piano. Oh, I want to piano. Can you hear the piano in the background? There it is. It's kind of in the background, right? I listen to a lot of you. Okay, but now tell me something about your personality, meaning what character do you think you're really good at? I talked to you about um, the honesty is a good characteristic. Politeness. You're good at politeness too. But what characteristic do you think you're really good at that you've worked hard at?
I don't know.
Think about that one. And if I ever see you again, I'd be like, question for you, and you'd be like, I know.
So prepare with answers.
The more we can work hard at these characteristics, the more it makes us actually beautiful people. Yeah, but I already know what I hair. Do you like my curly hair? Yeah, not many people know about my curly hair, so if you can see my curly hair, you're doing pretty good. It is so nice to meet
Thanks
you
a
all.
lot.
You are welcome.
Nice trip.
It was a lovely trip, and you guys were swell as well.
Thank
I hope I get to see you guys again.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, darling. Bye, Adrian.
Bye bye.
Bye. Have a good night, dear. Nice to meet you. Bye. Well, they're a sweet little family. I did enjoy them immensely. And they're all waving at me. Oh, it's so sweet. Oftentimes I don't feature kids on my platform, but on a live stream where they're off camera, you know, I feel like it's quite all right, and the parents there as well too, which is important. But now you just get a flavor of how I also want to include kids in the midst of the connection, right? I want them to feel like they've been seen as well, and interacting with them, carrying on conversation with them is a really big part for me. And saying, hey, you're worthwhile, you're worth my time, and you're the kids to acknowledge their existence and say, you're good, you're worthwhile, you know? It's a joy. It's so good. Well, my dear friends, I'm in the deep south of the city, and I need to make my way back into the city where I live. But my time for working tonight has come to an end, and I want to say thank you to you all for joining me and participating by watching and engaging. Let me read the comments here. Before you turn on the app, oh yeah, I answered that question. And Joshua says, get a stack of business cards and get it to people. And sorry, one sec here. I just gotta pull over so I can read this comment here. Get a stack of business cards and give it to people and cut Uber out of the deal. Personal chauffeur, get the door for people and treat them like royalty. I like the idea. It's definitely an entrepreneurial idea. To do something like that, I would need to do some massive investment on my end. You know, massive investment by way of insurance, like covering the liability for that, and register. Yeah. You know what I like though? I appreciate the idea, Joshua. It's just a lot of work for me to get all that set up. Whereas with Uber, this is all set up, and I get to do what I enjoy doing already, right from the bat. To have my own business that way, where I'm driving around to different places, I'm not sure if I can make the cost worthwhile. Yeah, I like simplicity. So for me, simple is just to do it through the app here, because everything is looked after here. I don't have to worry about any of that logistics, and I get to do what I really am good at, and that's connecting with people. Additionally, with this infrastructure here that Uber is already set up, it enables me now to even branch out to other ways that I'm aiming to fulfill my goals, and I can't wait to do this all around the world. That would be really cool. I just mentioned that to a few riders earlier. But no, I do appreciate the idea for sure. All right, my friends, time for me to say goodnight and how much I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing your time with me. That's a huge deal, right? To share your time with me. So I appreciate that immensely. I'll be back again tomorrow morning. I'll probably start again early tomorrow. But I hope to see you guys again and we'll make some more memories together. Have a good night. Bye.